At 11 o'clock, we got number 14 Michigan traveling to Wisconsin. Somehow, Wisconsin, despite being 1-2 and looking so absolutely abysmal last week against Notre Dame, is favored by 2 points in this game on ESPN. So how's Michigan's season gone so far? They started out of the top 25, top 15 now, so pretty amazing, but that can be said about a lot of teams. They ended up having a dominant win, 47-14 in their opening week against Western Michigan. Then they had the awesome 31-10 win over Washington, and then they had the 63-10 win over Northern Illinois, which was insane looking back, because they scored a touchdown on their first 9 possessions, which is insane. Last week was their first tough game, and it's insane of a universe where I'm calling Rutgers a tough football game, but Rutgers is a tough football team right now, and they really showed it. They did pull it out. They ended up with a 2013 win over Rutgers. But Rutgers is the first team that gave them a fight. By the way, this is one of the only teams in the entire NCAA, it might be the only one, that has not committed a turnover this year, which is insane to me. They have no turnovers so far. Good job by Michigan. Michigan's honestly has turned the ball over a good amount over the past couple years, their quarterback play. That's what's interesting about this football team. Cade McNamara ended up going 9-16 threw for 163 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. They are playing good football right now. Cade McNamara is not going to go out there and win you a football game, but he's not going to lose you one either, and that's the quarterback play they've been getting over the past couple of years. Blake Corum ended up having 21 carries for 68 yards, and Mike Sainristil ended up leading the receiving with 1 reception for 51 yards. Again, this is not a team that is going to kill you with their explosiveness through the air. It is going to kill you with its ability to run the football very effectively, very efficiently. Wisconsin, on the other hand, has had a very heartbreaking start to the season. They ended up having a 16-10 loss, and then number 19 Penn State. Now that Penn State team has become number 4 recently. So again, not a horrible loss there. Then they had the dominant win, which you expect against the Macabone, but they had a 34-7 win against Eastern Michigan at home. And then they lost 41-13 against number 12 Notre Dame. It was like, I don't know, neutral field. That game seems really bad. The score seems really lopsided, but Wisconsin had that lead in the 4th. They just really gave it up. This was more of Wisconsin blowing it than it was Notre Dame winning it. As you can see by the quarterback, Graham Mertz went 18 of 41. Let me repeat that again. He went 18 out of 41 passes. That's some awful passing statistics. Threw for 240 yards, which isn't horrible. He threw a touchdown, but he also threw 4 interceptions. And those 4 interceptions, a lot of them were soul crushers because they threw an interception that got Notre Dame. They had the ball and they were driving and they threw an interception to Notre Dame, which gave them more for the lead. This was more of a failure of Graham Mertz than it was of anyone else on either side of a success of anyone on Notre Dame's side or a loss of anyone else on Wisconsin's team. This loss can almost put 100% on Graham Mertz's shoulders. Chez Mellusi ended up having 18 carries for 54 yards, which was really insane to me because if you're watching the game, you're just like, run the ball. Every time you run the ball, it's getting 5 yards. Why the heck are you not running the football? But Kendrick Pryor, their leading receiver, ended up having 6 receptions for 69 yards and a touchdown. So it was won this game recently. Michigan all-time is 51-17. So they've historically been very good against Wisconsin. But the last 2 games have gone Wisconsin's way. So this game is really interesting because you got Wisconsin. If Wisconsin does not turn the ball over, if Graham Mertz does not play absolutely atrocious football, then Wisconsin is one of the best teams in the nation, in my opinion. Your defense is phenomenal. Chez Mellusi is a very good running back, not to mention Jalen Berger. But you also have Graham Mertz as your quarterback. He is really bad. He is not a good quarterback. So it leaves me torn. Wisconsin's favorite in this game, but I think Michigan's the much better football team in this one. Give me Michigan, unfortunately, to beat Wisconsin on the road.